My name is Rere, and today I want to present to you about the Great Chinese Depression. Next. Introduction. When the Great Depression was a worldwide economic downfall, so nearly the whole world experienced that depression. It was a miserable economic depression, and here are some facts about it. It started in 1922 and ended in 1939. It started in the USA or United States of America and quickly spread globally. People were mostly jobless and homeless due to the prices of items had significantly increased. Next. Mental effect. The mental effect of the depression were brutal. So the people that has gone through the depression felt mentally ill or have health problems. Some people that have survived depression showed health problems like hypertension, long-term depression, and severe anxiety. Sometimes the anxiety and depression got too intense until people started ending their own lives. Global impact. When the Great Depression reached China, the stock of raw silk drastically declined. This was because China produced 55 until 80% of the world's raw silk stock, and this was the effect. Japan nearly made all of the raw silk stock and surpassed China. Next. Solution from China. China had a solution, but here are the causes of the Great Depression leading to China. First, is China hasn't moved to the gold standard. So if you don't know, back then there were standards, silver standard and gold standard. Some countries that has been in the silver standard for a long time face really miserable depression just like in China. The second one is collapse of global trade. So when the depression hit, global trade like from other countries didn't really want China's stuff. And this one is decline in agriculture prices. So the prices of agriculture items decline because of the depression. Sometimes the farmers couldn't even get the right material to make the agriculture items. And the solution was to abandon the silver standard. How did it end? It didn't end the way like in United States of America or the Westerns. It ended with currency reform in 1935, growth of domestic industry, global economic recovery, Japanese invasion's indirect end. In my opinion, I think that the Great Chinese Depression is such a memorable yet miserable era. It is because people that has been through that time face a lot of effects from that. But I do hope that future generations will still remember this, not in a way of mocking, but to remember how the world has advanced. Next. I think that's all. Thank you. Yeah, I would expect I can have enjoy and now you know the level of your job is actually to talk to the assessor. Like you try to convince me, try to live this as if I am your friend. Or they know you tell you what we have really listening. Okay? Now I would like to go to the questions. I haven't got anything yet, but it says that the disaster started in the US and it went. It spread globally and it finally led to China. Okay, so China is not only the country that was the sufferer of the uh, Great Depression. Yeah. Okay, what was the worst part in China's Great Depression? It was, in my opinion, and I have searched it, it was the mental effect and like the decline in agriculture prices because China back then mostly depend on agriculture prices. So when the agriculture prices decline, China's profits also decline, and the people there also starved and became depressed. Okay. Did China also experience any other physical misery? I mean, mental misery is absolutely yes, but about physical misery? Maybe like, well, not many physical like health problems because it was an economic crisis. Well, in my research, people like try to find the stock of the raw silk and agriculture items that lead them to like overworking, getting tired, that one. Okay, to your point of view, which is definitely the exploitation, is that problem related to mental health or the physical health. Can you repeat? Which do you think is very much crucial, but which can put a country in a very big danger? Is that a mental issue or the physical issue? I think my opinion is the mental effects and the economy declining because a country needs a good economy to global trade to other countries and make a profit, and for the mental effect if too many people get the mental effect like hypertension and severe anxiety, not many people can work to get that profit. So this one is about, so this is also related to the economic flaw, like from the country. Right? So in the point of view, if people are suffering with the mentality, the economic crisis, then it could be giving worse impact than the physical issue. Yes. Okay. In your point of view, is there any way that nowadays people are experiencing the same, like what China have been? What do you mean about that? Like the people nowadays, do you think many of us will also experience again the mental impact as a result of economic crisis? Well, for example, now Indonesia is like experiencing an economic crisis. There have been many mental effects and physical effects, like the demo that started in Jakarta. Yeah. So maybe yes. So you were saying that the demo was actually a part of the economic planning? Economic crisis can cause to like big demos that can spread globally. Like for example, it started in the USA, only in the USA. Just because it's in the USA doesn't mean that it cannot spread globally. For example, that one spread globally until it reached China. Okay. And I could also, I have like one million, there's one line saying that even people started to earn their own lives during those crazy and insane era of the Great Depression. Yes. Then those who survived, okay, what would they have that made them stay strong and they were not being impacted? Well, maybe because they have a strong mental, because like if we have a family and we can't feed them, we don't have much profit. Sometimes people go depressed. But if they like work as hard, try to find the material, make global trade increase in China again, maybe that's why because they survived. And maybe because their stock of food or things that you need to survive is much. After reading this, what was in your mind? Like, do you think it was very much crazy development back then? I think it's like really bad and miserable, and I think it's really crazy that people started having so many mental effects that they started ending their own lives. In which people started ending their own lives is just crazy for me. Alright, I will go with the last question. I believe nowadays people are also facing threats in that problem, where they're not just something mental. They can easily get attacked and influenced by what is happening around. To you, since you are not growing as a teenager, have you prepared something or what could be the most powerful way to prevent us from having that information, but to keep us, healthy inside? Like for me, like my opinion is like we talk to our close friends, or if you can't, go to therapy, like go out of trouble, talk to your closest friends, families, yeah, and just stay calm. So sharing and sharing us and telling stories to others. Yeah, telling like our problems to others can really help make us feel really calm. Yeah. All right, I think that's all. Okay. Thank you, madam. Thank you. Okay.